controls on this Bradford machine. This machine has plain zigzag, a left, middle, and right needle position control, cam stack with a bunch of decorative stitches, and then it has the stitch length is this lever on the bottom of the dial, and you'll see it moves this from fine to maximum length, and it also moves our reverse dial when we flip this lever. The cam stack selector is right here, and like most of these style of machines, you need to lift. It says release. That's holding the follower out of the way so that you can change your stitch. And then it's very hard to move the dial because we need to lift the follower manually. Unlike a lot of machines, this one doesn't have a lock that works on this zigzag width dial. It has this dial on top. This dial is a stationary cam on top of the cam stack that holds the zigzag position to whatever size. And you still need to lift the cam follower by turning the dial a little further to release, and then let it drop into place. And see, it won't go back to manual until we lift and to move the dial. This machine also has a feature. There's a scale here. This is a 2.5 to 5 millimeter zigzag width machine, and this dial here changes the entire scale of everything you're doing from 2.5 millimeter maximum width, including our left, middle, and right positions only working on the 2.5 millimeter size, up to a 5 millimeter zigzag width. And now you'll see I move my left, middle, right, and it moves the full width of the 5 millimeter maximum zigzag. This machine can do buttonholes, but they have to be done entirely manually. That means setting the zigzag for maximum and the stitch length to 0 to make a bar tack. Then changing your stitch or your needle position to one side of the buttonhole, turning your zigzag size to 1.5 or 2 out of 5, setting ourselves a fine stitch, and that makes the forward part of our buttonhole. Then we can stitch length to 0, hold maximum zigzag for buttonhole, or for the bottom bar tack, release back to the size we had, change to the other side of our buttonhole, try to pick the same length we had, and push the reverse button to stitch backwards. And finish our buttonhole. Right? For decorative stitches, we have our, I'm going to just make our zigzag maximum size for a second here. There's a blind stitch feature, and then each of the decorative selections has 3 positions shown, and this is the pattern based on your left, middle, or right needle position. So this is a diamond shape from the middle, but if we shift on the left, it makes a triangle shape. And the right side makes the triangle shape face the other direction. I will say that unlike many other Japanese zigzag machines like this, because of the way the main zigzag is controlled by the stationary cam, it does not have the problem where if you forget your zigzag lock, it just makes a plain zigzag regardless of whatever your stitch selection is. Now, we'll remember the other thing is we have a scale here for our stitch size for 2.5 to 5 millimeter. So any of these decorative stitches, we can also do we can also scale the maximum width. As well as with our zigzag. So we have our scale set at 5, so our zigzag is full width, but if we set our scale here down to 2.5, then our zigzag is only 2.5 millimeters wide. Same with our stitches here. So I'm going to do a triangle, which I will do at full size, and then make a test with So that's all the variations available as you control the machine, which can result in a lot of unique decorative stitches, but does make the machine feel very complicated. If you just want a machine like this to stitch a zigzag and feel like it's doing normal zigzag things, you need to make sure this dial is set at 5. Use this top control knob for your width and have this set at M. M for manual, zigzag width on top, and then a scale here. And you get your normal left, middle, right, and stitch width.